Hey everyone, welcome back. It's me, Miss Foster, and today we are going to be making a focal point sculpture that interacts with a landscape that we have in our minds. So that sounds really weird, really long, maybe scary, but trust me, this is going to be a really awesome art project when you are all finished. So this project comes in two parts. One is the sculpture and two is the landscape behind it. So first, our sculpture. We are going to be using some sculpture materials. You might have different materials at home. So for this sculpture project, I want you to use whatever you have at your disposal wherever you are. So today I am going to be using aluminum foil. This is a great sculpture material. You can cut it, you can shape it, you can bend it. Great, and it's pretty cheap. So pick yourself up some aluminum foil. Maybe you have some in the kitchen. You won't need that much. I'm going to use my aluminum foil to create the base or the armature of my sculpture. And then I'm going to be putting Model Magic on top of it. I love Model Magic. It is an awesome art tool. It is an air dry clay that dries really light, so it's easy to move around, not super heavy. But also, I always buy the white Model Magic because you can actually color the clay with markers. So I have my markers out today as well. Last but not least, sometimes having some tape on hand is helpful for sculptures. You don't have to, this is patterned washi tape. You don't have to use fancy tape. You can use whatever you have. Or maybe at your house you have some recycled materials. Maybe you have some old cardboard boxes or a juice container or a toilet paper roll that's all used up. All of these make great sculpture materials. So today we are going to be thinking about sculptures that do not sit in a museum and do not sit in someone's home, but instead they sit on the land. They sit outside in nature and they have a focal point. So sometimes that focal point is circular, but it isn't always. And so I'll show you all some examples here. You'll see that sometimes the sculptures, they frame the land. Maybe it draws your eye in to something in the land or the landscape that it wants to point out. Maybe it's the sun setting. Maybe it is a special building in the city that it is in. So I want you to be thinking about how to create a sculpture that has a focal point that draws the viewer's eye in towards a certain point, and however you want that to look. That is going to be our first part. That's going to be our sculpture part today. Part two is actually creating the land that goes behind it so that you can see, so that the viewer can see what is your focal point. So how we're going to do that is just by grabbing a plain white sheet of paper. We're going to be folding it two different ways so that it stands up. That is going to go behind our sculpture, and then on the piece of paper, you're going to go ahead and use whatever drawing and coloring materials you have to create the landscape with that focal point, the thing that is interacting with the sculpture that you made. So two parts. This is kind of a long project, but it's really, really awesome. The results are awesome when you're all done. So for your landscape, I just want to remind you that you don't have to copy, and same for the sculpture, you do not have to copy what I am doing. For your landscape, maybe you want it to be some gardens, maybe you want it to be a volcano erupting, I don't know, maybe you want it to be the ocean. It is up to you. You do not have to copy what I am doing. I'm just here as your guide, and I want you to remix this project in whatever way you see fit. So with that long introduction, go ahead and grab all of your materials and let's get started with our focal point sculpture. Hey everyone, it's me again, Miss Foster. I'm just here to remind you to hit the subscribe button if you like these videos and you want to see more. I also want to remind you that these videos are created in partnership with Painting Pandas, which is an awesome nonprofit organization here in Austin, Texas that provides free art instruction and free art supplies to any kid who needs them. If you would like to learn more, donate, or sign up for a live class with me, go ahead and click the link that's in the description below, www.paintingpandas.org. All right, I'll see you next time.